I don't know if you're fired up about Luka. Luka's out. My opinion on Luka overall is, look, the second the trade was made, the second they were doing the deal, while Rob Pelinka is trying to keep a straight face and looking for the punked cameras. This is an Anthony Davis prank show, isn't it? What am I doing
He's so
here?
wacky.
There's absolutely no way there's a guy offering me Luka for Anthony Davis if Anthony Davis isn't behind it as a prank. Like,
Now tell him we don't have to send pics.
yeah. Anyway, as he was making that trade, he's like, this is a trade for the next 10 years of this franchise.
Yeah.
This is a trade to keep us relevant. I have a real NBA superstar, one of the top handful of players in NBA, maybe one of the top 10 in the history of this whole league right now. So certainly the roster isn't built for this, but one of the easier jobs in sports is to be a GM of a team with a superstar that you can build around. And Rob Pelinka now gets to be that guy. Nico Harrison is no longer that guy. It's not going to be that easy to build a team around an aging Anthony Davis, especially one that you already had crafted around one type of a player. So that's what I think. They did lose. The only reason anybody was even trying to squint and say the Lakers could be a dark horse candidate is because of the incredible basketball IQ of Luka and LeBron, and put them together and like they can figure things out. But in the end, I think the lack of talent was just too much.
Lack of talent, lack of fit, lack of cohesion. I'm pretty unbothered by this stuff.
Probably the up and down of the whole the emotion of the whole
Sure.
year too, everything.
I know that there are people who've made it their weird thing to align with Nico and just be like, F Luka. I'm tired of watching that guy. This is what we were saying all along. And that whatever. The weird thing to me is a lot of the people that are saying that towards the Mavs season, wrapping up, it was nothing but, man, if they just had more time, man, if they had Kyrie, like this could work. The people who are still riding with the Mavs and like, maybe the trade made sense. You get defense, AD, like this. If you just had some time and you had Kyrie healthy, which is true, but they don't do that for the Lakers. That team is not supposed to be playing together. That team is a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say this like snarkily, but as cool as JJ Redick is, he got his ass handed to him. And it's kind of a Jason Garrett thing where I don't really know who's to blame, the person who bought the ingredients or the person who cooked the meal. But I don't know that, John Wooden could have coached that team. They don't have a roster. They have like 4 or 5 guys. I mean, I swear to God, dude, when I started watching Jackson Hayes back in February on a 2 or 3 night a week basis, I thought to myself, Dwight Powell should be in the goddamn Hall of Fame. And you know what? While we're at it, put Brandon Wright in there from 2012, 2013, because those guys made dunking a basketball look easy and just standing near the rim. So they end up playing Dorian a zillion minutes at 5. And now, instead of the guy who's there when Luka gets blown by time and time again being P.J. Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., Reggie Bullock, prime Dorian, now it's 40-year-old LeBron and Austin Reeves. Nobody ever said he was a perfect player, He's got to have a roster built around him in the same way that just about everybody this side of maybe Giannis, and even Giannis needed Drew Holiday after already having Chris Middleton.
Michael Jordan needed a roster around him, dude.
The unique thing about Luka is that I think he's going to be, when it's all said and done, considered the best basketball player with the worst defense of all time. However high you want to put him, like 7, 8 all time, he'll be the worst. It'll just be because everybody above him, maybe even like Steph Curry, was passable defensively at some, was more than passable. So he's a little unique in that regard. That you kind of got to do a little work around the edges.
I mean, Dirk
is a great example. That's why Dirk is where he is.
You had to build that roster around him.
Yes, you had
because he had serious defensive problems.
So yeah, that's That's
And
what's weird about it is that those same people that are like, look at Luka, can't defend, scrub.
Yeah.
Those people spent 20 years of their life being like, dude, Dirk is awesome. They just
Right.
don't have the right type of guy for his awesome.
And even Dirk knows Luka's better than Dirk.
Signed and shipped. So, yeah, but Redick, man, Redick had a weird – I listened to his press conference afterward.
Look, I think he learned he's a first-year head coach.
Yeah.
And just like first-year players or once they're in the playoffs, learn like coaching in the playoffs is also different. Got to shorten the bench. Got to, it's a chess match back and forth, like he's going to learn that. He's probably going to continue to make mistakes next year and the year after in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's a gift and curse, right? I mean, on one hand, it's way better than taking over, like, the Hawks.
Yeah.
But on the other, it's not easy to just roll in and deal with LeBron. Not deal with, but, like, manage. And you're in LA, and now the pressure is even – I think it was high before.
Sure.
Somebody, KJ was in our group chat this morning, like, we on Spo watch?
After they got –
No, but after but like for how do the Lakers
steal Spo?
Why not?
They could. They're probably in it with Redick for a while.
I think
don't
they
see
are
them getting
too.
rid of him.
He also got destroyed. If Rudy Gobert gets 27 and 24 against your team and is able to stay on the floor in the fourth quarter, you got outcoached.
Mm-hmm.
You figure it out.